to me, it's like as long as you are actually have the knowledge, you don't bluff. I mean that one only yourself can tell yourself that I cannot tell you.
Yeah. So, for whoever to start this journey, what advice you would give to them in terms of business sharing?
For a startup, I have to say I will advise the youngsters, right, before you start out your own,
Mm,
right, maybe you should gain your knowledge. You work with the
mm,
company at least 5 years, because when you
that's a
learn,
good advice.
that one is actually a stepping stone. When you learn, you know the basic. Of course, you are able to experience it because in a company, right, you have different colleagues doing different things. You will learn
Yep.
from different mentor. So
Mm,
I will advise to actually you at least you actually go and work for people at least 5 years before you start out, because at least the 5 year, right, able for you to be able to uh, you have the knowledge, you have the technical, you have the ideas, and you know how actually a company should start off. Of course, normally when you actually youngsters, you want to be an entrepreneur, you are the key man person.
yep.
The key man
One man
person,
show.
yeah, you are a key man person and you're the one man show. But that's the point, that when you are a key man person, you are the one man show, right? You are the person you are going to meet the client. Can you tell the client that actually I'm a startup company but I have no experience? I just like my job, then I just want to do your house.
That's a
What is
bit
the
risky.
what
I'm sorry, I'm
client?
not going to hire that. Sorry.
Do you get what I mean? So
Yes.
psychology way, when I think of it, right, the first thing I will think, is this person capable enough to do my house? Do they have the enough knowledge to handle this job? You get what I mean? Of course,
Yes.
but to me, like some people they will bluff, but I will advise you don't bluff, because if you don't meet a client that is actually have the knowledge in rental, right, then still okay.
Yep.
But if your first job you meet a client, right, it's actually they know about rental, or they will know this is not their first time,
Mm,
I tell you, then you will be gone
yep.
very soon, very fast. That's the thing.
Repetition.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think at least you work for others for 5 years, you gain the knowledge, because from there you can learn a lot of different things, because you have different, definitely a company, you have a managers, you have your seniors, you have your colleagues, everyone have different minds, then you can actually gather difference of ideas, different view, different opinion. So that's the thing I also gather from that before I become my own boss. So I
Yep.
can actually I learn through, I learn whatever they teach me also. But they also, from there you can always observe also, you can learn from different people. So you actually gather a lot. You have more information for yourself. When you go and
Yes.
face the client, right, you can actually counter them better. That's what I feel. That you, if you want to be your own, of course, if you are really very good, you are very good. When you are studying, you're already very good. You actually, uh, uh, when doing studying, you already do some works with other people. You have experience. I mean, you are able. You can do whatever you want, as long as you actually. To me, it's like as long as you are actually have the knowledge, you don't bluff. I mean that one only yourself can tell yourself that I cannot tell you.
Yeah.
You don't bluff lah. So
Yeah.
so don't think that it's okay if I can have a client, right, then I can bluff them through. That is very dangerous if you do that. You do not know.
Yep.
Maybe the first job you might meet someone is actually very experienced. Then you will have this, because okay, I have to tell you a story. I have a last time I have a colleague. She's
Yep.
very new. and he bluffed the client like when he get a job until
Wow.
at the end he got the job, but at the end he get a lawyer letter as well.
That's scary.
You get what I mean? So that's the consequences. He bluffed through,
Wow.
but he also get a letter from lawyers from the
Can I
client.
ask a little bit more detail here? Sorry. Lawyer letter about what? Because he not do the work properly, or
He
what
did
he
not do the
get?
work properly, and he did not do whatever he promised, and he can't
Ah,
deliver what he promised also.
wow. That's pain ass, man. That's a
Yeah.
painful part. Okay,
So
for
so so
entrepreneur and
that's
young people, please do not promise something you can't. You know, Singapore, you cannot mess with law one. Whatever you
yeah.
book on the contract, whatever you sign, I'm sorry, Singapore law is very, very strict. It
So
is.
that's the thing. Also, the other thing is maybe you want to start your own, right? Black and white is also very important. Contract is very important.
Mm,
Every project must have a contract.
yes.
Do not skip this. Some people will say, okay, I'll do first lah. Later on, then I will drop out the contract.
Mm,
To me, it's like the contract is very important. The contract is to protect both sides, both parties,
yep.
you and the so you can actually do because the contract actually can be is to protect yourself, right? If anything happen, you can. I mean, of course, you have to know the pro and con. The pro is you actually protect yourself, but of course, you cannot do something you are not. You promise really cannot do lah. You put inside a
Yeah.
contract. You also
Mm,
get yourself in the trouble also.
yes.
But at the same time, the client or whatever cannot sue you because he said, hey, you said you want to do this, but you never do. Because in the contract, if there's not said in the contract, that means I no need to do. You get what I mean? So they cannot sue you. So that's the thing I think
Yes.
also very important
Mm,
to understand this. So every time when you start a project, you must have a contract between the
yeah.
client. Yeah, that's the thing.
That's a very good point right there, because why I'm asking that question, because you know a lot of people just study done and they straight away want to be entrepreneur. And I think the more I bring more entrepreneur here to bring to the young people, to let them know that nothing beat experience, and to gain experience is take time, right? It's not overnight. It's not suddenly today you born and tomorrow you be a success entrepreneur, woman or man. Everybody go through the same pain. Everybody go through the same cycle of learning, failure, and then we gain our experience and knowledge on the way. Is I'm sure also you have a lot of learning experience on your way of where do you get on this knowledge from and information from, because you know now is the technology time, a lot of people go online and learn.
Yeah.
Especially today this video, I want to share more to people who in art industry or interior designer, graphic designer, who don't
Mm.
have much experience to tap on knowledge and where the resources is. So what
Mm.
is the advice for them so they can tap on this information, also knowledge, to educate themselves, to gain the experience? Where is the best place for them to go through on that?
Okay, for the very basic one, right? Normally I check through the things, right? I learning. It's not learning. It's sometimes I actually check through. You can go to Pinterest. You can
Mm,
see images. You can understand. But of course, Google is the best place. You can learn a lot of things. You can
yes.
learn a lot of things. So actually, internet is quite a good things to learn everything. You have to go and search about what is the concept, but of course if you actually able to learn the things besides the internet, I mean magazine, arts magazine
Mm,
is quite a good things for me because I normally is if I'm not in Google in internet or whatever I buy art magazine. But the art
mm,
magazine is not restrict me on only interior. I'm actually seeing a lot of different arts things. So like me myself, some of my things sometimes I'm inspired by what architecture. So I will buy architecture books instead of seeing the interior design books.
yeah.
There I can aspire more things as in although the architecture the line is actually about the line work, the finishing of the external. So I'm actually inspire myself through architecture's item, architecture buildings. That's how I actually see myself. So depends on, you have to look out what do you like. Even I also do painting myself.
Yes.
Painting is very much like an architecture painting. It's
Yeah.
inspired from architecture. So you have to actually find out what you really like. Then you go into that so that that piece can inspire you. So when you actually or also you also need to actually update it, go and check, okay, online, see a lot of website, like what kind of things that can actually improve yourself or what is the latest. But my advice is, you see really okay, just check, because human is like that. When you see something, you think that thing is nice, then you want to copy.
Mm.
Not every house we can use the same thing,
Yes.
but cannot be
Can't do
using
the
the
same.
one design for the 10 house. So it's very hard for you to do that. So that's why I say normally I inspired by the architecture. So I actually buying architects books to see. Although it's different things, but you inspire from there, you're doing different things. That's why you can
Mm.
help people. I was seeing
Yeah.
different things to inspire myself to do the interior. That's how I do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Mm.
that's a very nice resources there for information. Whoever want to go more deep and detail in this industry, that's some advice from Cammy as well.